Boo Bang Bop. I'm gonna sing a song for every 100 subscribers, and it's gonna be about communism. So if you don't like that, click away. I'm monkeyed. Are you kidding me? I got monkeyed. Well, it'll only affect the pitch of my voice. It won't affect how bad it is. I got monkeyed. It's so serious. Why did just... Am I gonna be monkeyed again? Oh, that's probably gonna be someone else.
No.
Yeah, I'm doing this on, Oh, I'm still recording, I forgot. Anyway, 300 subscriber is Aviation Boosh. And I am going to look up the song. It's been called a red. Okay, I'm gonna suck real bad at this.
Or something.
When I was just a little thing, I used to love parades with banners, bread, and balloons, and maybe lemonade. When I came home one May Day, my neighbor's father said, "Tell this all commies, tell me kid, are you a red?" Well, I didn't know that's what he meant. My hair back then was brown. Went missed but most is in the town. Crap. No, I went and asked my mama why our neighbor called me red. My mommy took me on her knee, and this is what she said: "You ain't done nothing if you ain't been called a red. If you marched or agitated, then you bound to hear it said. Well, you might as well ignore it or love the word instead, because you ain't been doing nothing if you ain't been called a red." Oh boy. When I was growing up, I had my troubles, I suppose, when someone took exception to my face or to my clothes. Oh, they cheat me on a job, it hit me on the head. Well, I organized and fight back why the stinkers called me red. Ain't done nothing if you ain't been called a red. You marched or agitated, then you bound to hear it said. Though you might as well ignore it or love the word instead, 'cause you ain't been doing nothing if you ain't been called a red. And I was living on my own apartment that I had. And landlord, let me tell you, he was bad. And he tried to throw me out. I rubbed my hands and said, "You haven't seen a struggle if you haven't fought a red. You ain't done nothing if you ain't been called a red. If you marched or agitated, then you're bound to hear it said. You might as well ignore it or love the word instead, 'cause you ain't been doing nothing if you ain't been called a red." Oh boy. You ain't agitating now, 'cause what else can you do? The sons of bitches walk all over you. Fire hanging with that commie mob. I should be so lucky, buddy, I ain't got a job. Well, you ain't done nothing if you ain't been called a red. If you marched or agitated, then you're bound to hear it said. Though you might as well ignore it or love the word instead, 'cause you ain't been doing nothing if you ain't been called a red. It's almost done. Been agitating now for 50 years or more. Their jobs equality and always against war. Yep, on agitating for as far as I can see. It is being red is then that's good enough for me. And you ain't done nothing if you ain't been called a red. And if you marched or agitated, then you're bound to hear it said. Well, you might as well ignore it or love the word instead, 'cause you ain't been doing nothing if you ain't been called a red. If you ain't been called a red, I messed it up really bad. Agitated, then you bound to hear it said. You might as well ignore it or love the word instead, 'cause you ain't been doing nothing if you ain't been called a red. Well, I guess sorry, Monsieur Jack and whoever else originally made this song. Faith something. You know what? I'll do the Googling later. You know what? If anyone stuck around this far and you really care, Google it. I forget where it comes out of. Oh Oh, man.
Question.
So, anyway. But if you were gonna take anything away from this video, I suck at singing and keep on agitating. Because you know Trump and all that other political bullcrap. If anyone else has any words to say, including people who are physically in the room, not just in this server, say it now or forever hold your pee. That's the best kind of word, just, So, well, the camera's there, say whatever you want. Oh, I have an idea, actually.
Actually, I don't know.
This is a speed coil from Roblox. And who even asked for the mods, except for the people who asked for the mods? But I'm pretty sure they didn't even ask for another game mode to replace Guardian. And also on the biz, it still says Guardian, like it completely ignored that it got rid of it anyway. Bye. Once it hits 7 minutes. Or 6:30.